we doing, guys? My name's Eric. I work with Sporting Marvels. I'm here with the infamous Chris Jones. He's a rugby coach for the Rhonda schools. It's good having you here. Basically, guys, what we're going to be doing is we're going to interview Chris and ask him what he thinks about forgiveness. One of the first questions I have for you, Chris, is what kind of person were you before you became a Christian?
Well, I'm a Rhonda boy, born and bred, and I suppose the most important thing in my life, for at least the first 32 years of my life anyway, was rugby. Started playing when I was 11 years of age, and I was quite successful, captain of the school team up in Porth County all the way through school. Got into the Wales under 15 squad and the Wales under 19 squad, played for the Welsh Boys clubs, but I had a major problem, and that was that I absolutely hated losing, and because of that I used to get sent off regularly in school rugby and youth rugby, then playing for Chalky, and really I'd go out on a field and do anything to win a game. And as rough as rugby is, you know, there are some things that are not allowed, and I used to do those things, and so I used to get sent off regularly. By the time I started playing senior rugby for Chalky, really it was more important for me to live up to an image and you know, be a real bad boy on the field than it was actually for me to go out and just play the game. And eventually, you know, playing as I did, kicking, punching, gouging, stamping on people's heads and things like that, eventually I got banned for life twice. I know that sounds a bit ridiculous. How do you get banned for life twice? But I, as far as I know, I'm the only rugby player in the history of rugby in the world has ever been banned for life twice. I got banned first time when I got sent off against Cardiff in a big cup match, which was televised, and then 2 years later, or 18 months later actually, I appealed against the ban and told them I'd be a good boy. The Welsh Rugby Union allowed me back, and I'd only played a couple of games and I punched someone and really badly injured him, so I got banned for life again. So that's the type of guy that I was.
Okay. Well, it's interesting you say that. We've been looking at a story in class, was Zacchaeus, and after he met with Jesus, he decided to change. Now, when did you decide to change?
Well, not only was I in trouble on the rugby field, I used to get into a lot of trouble off the field as well, fighting. Most weekends I'd get into fights in different pubs and clubs around the valley and down in Cardiff and places. And on one particular weekend, I was up in the Brecon Jazz Festival, and I got involved in a fight again. Got arrested by the police, and I was charged by the police for wounding with intent, charged with wounding with intent, a violent disorder. And the police said that they had witnesses to say that I was kicking a policeman, undercover drug squad officer, was actually a policeman, was kicking his head in, and I stabbed him as well. And the thing was that wasn't true. You know, it's a long story, but I hadn't done what they said I'd done. Problem is because I had this reputation, no one would believe that I hadn't done it. So I was stuck in a police cell, and even though I was supposed to be a tough guy, I was frightened because I was facing a 5-year jail sentence. And when I was there, I just thought to myself about the way I'd lived my life, and that I wanted to change. And I just thought, well, but how can I sort of get out of this? Because I'm going to go to jail for 5 years. And then I just thought about asking God to help. God, if you're really there, please help me to change. And I'm sorry for the way I lived my life. And I wasn't on my knees when I said that prayer. I didn't have my hands together. I didn't have my hands in the air or anything else. But I never meant anything so much in my life as that. And I saw no flashing lights. There were no choirs of angels or anything like that. It was just simply, I just felt something, if you like, deep in my heart, that I knew what I had to do with the rest of my life. And to sort of make this change, if you like, I had to have God in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make a real commitment to Jesus Christ, and I just felt just an inner peace.
Mm. That's cool. So, what does forgiveness mean to you?
Well, I think forgiveness for me means more than just saying you're sorry. It means really meaning that you're sorry, really, really, truly meaning it.
Mm.
You know, I think that's what happened to me in that cell. As I said, it never meant anything so much in my life as asking, saying sorry to God, asking God for forgiveness. That's what it means, really meaning it.
Okay, who else in your life did you have to ask forgiveness from?
Well, my wife for my wife Gillian, for number one, and some of the other guys I'd sort of belted over the years, I suppose. You know, went round to see him at various times and say, look, you know, I'm sorry for things I've done, and and I'm a changed man.
Yeah, that was a good answer. So, would you say that you're perfect now, or do you still have to ask for forgiveness from other people?
I'm absolutely perfect. Ask my wife. No, of course not. I mess up and make mistakes and do things wrong every day. But I do try and live my life according to the teachings of Jesus, that's written in the Bible. Yeah.
Okay. So here's a big question. Do you think it's easier to receive forgiveness, or do you think it's easier to give forgiveness?
That's a difficult one. Probably, I think it is easier to receive forgiveness from someone than to actually forgive someone who's hurt you, whatever. But then, for me, especially when I think back on things that I've been forgiven for, it would be, really out of order not for me to forgive others when they've done wrong.
All right, Chris. Appreciate your time. Thanks for answering the questions. And kids, we'll talk to you later on.
So you guys be good.